So a lot of people want to be happy in life, and being happy is not the goal in life. It can't be. They call that hedonism, when your whole purpose in life is pleasure and feeling good and being happy. But the problem with that is anytime you are chasing after pleasure constantly, and usually that means you're grabbing for the immediate, the temporary happy stuff. But in doing that, you're not preparing for the future. So when you get to the future, you're going to be unhappy. So it's impossible to always be happy, because you're going to say yes to something now, but you're saying no to something later. Every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. So every time you say yes to spend money on something today, you're saying no to have money for something later. Every time you say yes to the girl that you're in front of now, you're saying no to the girl that's in the future. Every time you say yes to the donut now, you're saying no to being able to fit in your shirt later. So, and you're gonna be sad. So the point is, for every time you say yes to something, you're gonna ultimately be saying no to something else. So you can't spend your life saying yes to everything. It's kind of a crazy mentality to always be saying yes and never having any discipline. But I said all that to say this: joy and happiness in psychology teaches that it comes from making progress. So a lot of times the only way to make progress is to say no to things, say no to your cravings, say no to the things that you've always said yes to. And because you've always said yes to that thing or those things, you've never grown, you've never changed. So in an attempt to be happy, say yes, 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 you're actually not happy with yourself, because you realize that you're enslaved or mastered by that thing, that craving, or that Achilles heel, that temptation, whatever it is. So how can you start being happy or joyful? In other words, how can you start feeling good on the inside about who you are as a person? That's going to come when you start saying no to things, having self-control and discipline. And it's crazy how it's the little things. For example, if you're on a diet, just saying no one night to ice cream or dessert gives you confidence to know that, okay, I got this. I feel good. I'm getting stronger. I ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? And you start feeling this joy because you see hope and the possibility of change, because you realize, if I could say no to that desire, and if I could say no to that craving, then that means I can say no to this craving. And this craving has led to so much pain in my life. So you have to be, build momentum with the small wins. So just bringing it all together. Every day of your life, as you live your life, you're going to have opportunities to improve and make progress. And you don't have to be Bill Nye the Science Guy. You just be your own coach. So any decision that you make and you feel like, I wish I hadn't have done that, make the adjustment. Make the adjustment. Make that small adjustment. And any little adjustment, any little change that you're making, no matter how big or how small, is progress. And in making progress, you're going to be happy, because happiness comes from making progress. That's why many people say it's not the destination, it's the journey. And it's so true. It's just like playing golf. A lot of people will tell you they play 3 hours of golf and 18 holes of golf, and they're terrible, but one shot, they hit one good shot, and they're like, golf's the greatest thing ever, because they see that they made progress, just a little progress, and it gave them a sense of hope, a sense of joy, and a sense of confidence, like, man, I can be good at this. So don't discredit the small stuff. Don't don't overlook the small changes. Don't overlook the small wins. Because if you can win in the little areas, then you can win in the big areas. The last analogy for me is I'm trying to do better with money. So as I've been studying my budget, it's not the big spending that I'm worried about. It's just the little stuff that's giving me confidence to realize, hey, I'm gonna be able to save. Because, for example, I quit drinking Monster energy drinks. They were like $3 a day, and as you're just buying that little thing, you don't really think much of it. But if you're spending $3 every day for a month, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a car payment right there. So now that I've made that small adjustment and cut that out of my life, it gives me confidence to know that, hey, I can cut out other things. It's going to lead to big changes, and that's given me confidence, and that's given me joy and a sense of satisfaction to know that, hey, I'm getting better. It's not a big thing, but to me it is, because I know that the little things end up being big things. So bottom line, you got to coach yourself. You know, as you go throughout your life, you're going to make mistakes, and when you do, stop, take a step back, and analyze the situation and think, hey, how can I prevent doing that again? How can I make that that bad decision less convenient? How can I not put myself in a position to make that mistake again? How can I prevent that from happening? What was the root cause of that? And then make those adjustments. And I'm telling you, you'll feel your confidence in yourself will grow because you see that you're able to make progress. And in doing that, you'll be happy with yourself, and you'll start feeling a sense of joy and hope. And okay, my future is getting better because I know that I have the ability to say no to some things now.